Welcome to Pint and Two Shots. It's a podcast. It's a football podcast. We're live here at the G4 Claim Studios in Wishaw. We're joined today by the one, the only, Mr. Christopher Toal.
Bonjour.
Hello there. And a guy to my left. It's great to see him back when he comes in and pays us a wee visit. It is always an absolute cracker of an episode. This guy been in the game for over 40 odd years.
Liar.
He knows his score. He's worked everywhere. He's back here today. Please welcome Mr. Johnny McFarlane.
Who?
You know Johnny McFarlane, no?
No.
Oh, jeez. Do you know him, no? I thought I had to get a pop.
Aye, that's a belter, Grado.
He reminds me of you.
Who is he?
Who is he?
You don't know him, do you know? He's a journalist.
Johnny McFarlane.
Aye.
Never heard of him.
Do you know how he reminds me of Johnny McFarlane?
You know, ain't you Johnny Davidson?
No.
Who's Johnny McFarlane, for fuck's sake?
No, that just didn't work, man. I've got a redneck now.
Is that
Apologies.
the guy that reports on Rangers but he's a Hibs fan?
Is he no a Hearts fan? I think he's a Hearts fan.
Who are you talking about?
He's a podcaster, but he's also a journalist, and he's really, really good. But he puts me in mind of you slightly.
Me?
Aye, Johnny McFarlane. Look him up.
So what am I typing in here?
Johnny McFarlane. Johnny McFarlane. I honestly thought, you know him, you're in the game and all that, like...
Johnny McFarlane.
There he is. Oh, he's got a Ranger. That's not him. The second one is a picture of him.
That's him?
Yeah, do you know him?
You think I look like him?
Well, you don't look like him, but you
Second one
remind me
looks
of
a
him.
bit like John.
Aye. I don't know. You've got...
I don't
honestly,
know who that is.
see
He
if...
looks like Nasty Nick off Big Brother.
No, do you know what? I'll tell you what. If Johnny McFarlane fucked Crofty, they would have Ewen as a win.
Imagine how annoying... Here, Grado. Imagine how annoying that would be.
Anyway, enough of that. Ewen, it's good to see you. What you been up to, mate?
I've been quiet.
You have, mate? Not quiet on social media because it's funny, man. See the amount of people that would say to me, look what Ewan's tweeted and stuff like that. My brother-in-law, Paul, he was like, Ewan has just backed Celtic to go through the night. He says, whatever Ewan says, the opposite is going to happen. He says, lump your money on Celtic and put it. You're a mega Celtic fan.
Aye.
And he went, see, I tell you, whatever Ewan says, it always backfires on him.
No way. Well, I heard you've been taking up gardening.
I am... I've got some time off because I'm no longer working at Radio Clyde 1, Fourth One, Great Hits Radio, big Scottish football show.
That was like a Triple H introduction there, wasn't it?
Mate, this is an exclusive though, isn't it?
It's the first time I've spoke since I left.
Is there anything you want to get off your chest? How do you feel? You've obviously got something around the corner that I think, has it been announced yet? Well, let's say.
No, you know,
There's rumours about the future of Ewen Cameron.
Right. Okay, but I can talk about the past, but I'm not allowed to talk about the future.
Okay.
Right, so I can talk about the past, and I made the very difficult decision to leave Boab, which is Clyde 1, Fourth Ones I said, the big Scottish football podcast, the big Scottish football show.
Yep.
Loved it there, and it was a month before the 10th anniversary of being at Boab that I decided to make the move.
Is that 10 years for you went for STV to there? Is that right?
That's 10 years.
That is the quickest 10 years ever.
Is that when me and Neil were on? That's not 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Remember the absolute. He was the star at STV too. Man. Filmed in a fucking calculator.
Fucking somebody's front room.
But mate, it used to be good. Like, remember,
It used to be good.
If not,
Remember when he got Lionheart on and he flung the drink round the bird and all that, mate?
aye, he was the Piers Morgan at STV2, wasn't he? It was so good.
Lionheart came on, and what was her name again? Because Grado used to fancy her.
No, I never fancied
What is her name again? She won the lottery.
Jane
Park.
yes,
Park.
which he got me in a lot of trouble years ago in football. After that, can I just say that I was like,
Okay,
I fell out with you.
Why are you bringing it up?
He fucking brought up saying I fancied it. I never did.
Right, I'll just wee bit the backstory, right? So in 2014, Real Radio became Heart.
Right.
And then I stayed at Heart, Scotland at the time for 7-8 months, and then STV came calling, and I thought,
Telly.
no, it wasn't just it wasn't just telly. Do you know, you've probably been in this position yourself, Grado, yourself as well, Toal. You're going down that road, and at some point you take a right turn just to see where that
You've
road
got to.
leads. You have to
Dip your toes.
see where it goes, see what happens.
I think Stevens just took that right turn.
He's 10, he's gone fucking everywhere.
I
man,
know,
right,
he's
left.
everywhere, man.
Good on him, though.
I know, you better believe it.
So I took that right turn, went to STV, and that was in 2014. So I was in STV for a year, and that's where I first met you,
That's
Toal.
right.
Do you know
That's
what I
right,
mean?
aye.
Because I was doing the late show and live at 5 and other bits and pieces at STV. And the year before I left Real Radio was when I met Grado. So I met Grado in 2013 for the very first time with that documentary you're doing on
That's
wrestling.
right. I remember coming into Real Radio for that.
That's right, with the director.
Wow, wait, Adrian McDowell was
Adrian
he there?
McDowell, aye.
Wow, who met Alan McCoy in the plane the other day? How funny is that?
So that's when I first met you, and we became pals more
Yeah,
or less
we did, aye.
overnight.
We did.
In about 2013. So in 2014, made the move to STV. 2015, I met yourself, Toal, and others. And in 2015, Bauer came calling.
Yep.
Because they had a network show which Paddy McGuinness did between 9 and 12 on a Sunday across the UK.
In the morning.
In the morning. But it wasn't working in Scotland.
Yeah.
Paddy McGuinness just wasn't working in Scotland. So they brought Kat and I back together again to work on a network show across Scotland between 9 and 12. And that's when my love affair began with Clyde One.
That's what I didn't think he was going to say that, though.
That's when Kat and I started pumping.
But mate,
That's never happened.
No, I've
never
got,
happened.
I've got to say, but like my missus loved you and Katniss in the
Aye.
morning, man. Yeah, mate, aye, all the time.
Oh,
She
your
would-
missus.
Yeah,
Yeah, your missus would message me all the time. She loved the show. I mean, she loved the show.
She did. She
But
did.
that had nothing to do with the messages. So.
No. And
He did used to do things like that with Stephanie when I was just
text
starting going on
Aye.
there and go, right, we've got this thing, we're going to prank him and we're going to do that. And I was literally only like gone there for 3 weeks. She was like, oh, that's pressure, man. She's like, you and Carol's messaging me. You know what I mean?
messenger like on a Saturday night for a Sunday morning show.
Aye, aye.
She would be cracking up.
You better come over on Saturday night and stay.
No, but you know what he was trying to get her, Stephanie today?
What?
I just started with Go Radio and he wanted Stephanie to come on the Union Cat show to see how much she loved it, and I just started to go. I'm going,
You're a
come on.
bastard, man. You're a
I
bastard.
do love all that stuff, but
That's funny.
and then obviously we've spoke about it before, but we went on. He came in my stag do, which Ewen managed to make.
Are we allowed to talk about the stag do?
I think, did we not talk about it with
Aye,
you
we
before?
did, aye.
Oh no, we did talk about it.
We spoke about it before, man. I was actually at a wedding on Saturday with Coach.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Tripp, aye.
He was brilliant.
It was, Jason Reed, the wrestler. It was him and now his wife Leah. They were getting married. It was a
Congratulations.
day in Pitlochry, mate. It was class.
Did you go to that?
Aye.
Oh, good on
Aye, I
you.
went to aye. Me and Coach were there.
Cheers for the invite, Jason. That's a good one.
What's his real name?
It's Jason Reed.
No, it's not.
Is it? Oh, fuck, I don't know.
Right, okay. So
He's a good guy, but no.
great
But then
guy.
we also done Football Daft, which we done for a good couple of
I was
months.
going to
and
say, so when I first met you in 2013, 2015 I got to STV, and we do quite a bit of work at STV.
Yes.
You and I, you come on the late show, you come on live at 5, we do quite a bit together. When did Football Daft actually begin? Was it-
2019, March or April 2019. I'm sure it was.
No.
It was.
it must have been before
It
that.
must have been before that, because I was there for what, 30, 40 episodes?
I've got no. You weren't as long as that. I can tell you exactly because I've got pictures of us like.
But then, because we started in
signing the-
2020.
Aye, no, because you only done it for 6 months, with me.
No,
sure
it was
enough,
longer than that.
I thought you faked an
I
illness.
felt as if it was fucking forever.
No, I thought. I don't know if you mind me saying that, Ewan, but I actually did think that you faked an illness to stop doing it with me. And you
Right,
just tell me
just for the viewers and listeners, he absolutely did not fake it in.
no, and I've just found that out. But for years, I've went about going, Ewan, man, he
Faked it.
Aye,
I mean, I don't mind talking about it.
talk about it.
I had that. Well, I went for a
Checkup.
and they went, while you're here, we're doing the MOT. I'll just scan the rest of you. I was getting an ultrasound, and they found out gallstones.
Yeah, what kind of fucking medical insurance has he got that they just fling in an MRI? You know what I mean?
No, they were just doing an ultrasound on my gallbladder,
Right.
and they found some gallstones. And they says, look, you're going to probably have to get that removed. So I knew then at that very moment that I was going to get my gallbladder removed.
Right.
And I'd also had a wee bit of pain down by my right-hand side, down by my hernia area.
Right.
And I had a small hernia. So they found that as well. And they went, well, while I'm here, I might as well just check your liver, your kidneys, etc., etc., etc. And it's while they were doing their wee MOT on me at that point, they found, at that time, a 4-inch tumour on my kidney.
Jesus, man.
How do you have a tumour on your kidney and you don't know?
You don't know.
Is it not so?
No, there was no pain, there was no nothing. They found a 4-inch tumour, and that tumour today is now 5.5 inches.
Wow, man.
And the reason, and that was at the
But you
time,
tell your missus it's 7 inches, don't you?
and that was it was that point when I found out about the tumour, and I was just like See, you just think it's the end.
Yeah.
It's over. You don't know what's going on. My head wasn't in the game. It affected me on the radio. It affected me. And I had football daft, and I just couldn't do everything. It was doing my head in. So I left.
23rd of May 2019. I've got a picture of his new episodes every Thursday.
So it is. So I thought. So what they said to me was they gave me two choices. One, we can remove it. Or the second choice is that we because they did all the tests. They found it was benign. But they were a bit worried because the tumour's quite
But
big.
you tell your missus it was benign and a half.
And but then they went in to remove it. So what they did was went through my groin and all the way down. And what they do is cauterize it, the veins and the blood vessels and all that stuff to kill it.
Wow.
But there were so many blood vessels, etc., 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 is that they couldn't kill it from within. And they can't remove it without removing everything.
Oh, man.
As in removing the kidney. So it's kind of like, that's my kidney and that's the tumour and it's wrapped around it and all the blood vessels feed each other. So they gave me a choice. You remove it, but this was when I was like, what, 9 years ago? He goes, you're still a young guy.
6 years ago.
And the thing is, and you can survive quite comfortably and easily with just the one, but just saying 10 years time something
Goes wrong with that.
goes wrong with
Aye.
that, and then you're up shit creek with a paddle.
Aye.
Whereas this kidney is working brilliantly.
Really?
It's working fine.
So
it's keeping an eye on it. So every 6 months I go for a scan.
And I'm telling everybody he's full of shite.
No, you're an
He's
animal.
full of shite. But at the same time, I was like, but why did you not tell me that though? Because it was very
He probably
hush-hush.
did tell you.
No, I never. You never did.
I think I was just too scared for it to also get
Well, I
out.
get
See,
it, mate.
it's not that as well. It's
I get it.
if you speak it, it becomes more of a reality, I think.
But I'm surprised.
I'm a great believer in, see if you don't go to the doctor and they don't tell you that something's wrong, there's nothing wrong.
Well, is it, what Toal doesn't know doesn't hurt him?
Exactly.
That kind of idea.
Exactly. Don't
But-
get me wrong, if there was any sort of situation where I was pretty certain, you know, there's something wrong here.
But mate, see the amount of time I remember I was in a Toal shop a couple of months ago, and this guy had said he saw a poster about prostate cancer, and he went, do you know what, I'm going to check. I'm going to get checked. And sure as fate, he got checked and found out there was something on his prostate, and
Aye.
and it was just so. You're always advised to go and check it. I know you're saying well, you don't know, but you really.
I was always a great believer in just listen to your body, if you know what I mean. Like it tells you if there's something seriously wrong. You know, especially
Your body,
mouth.
your body will send out signals that there is something no right.
Get
If it
yourself
doesn't
out
feel right, get it checked. I mean, I've just come back from Dubai not that long ago. My brother has got cancer, and he had cancer in his testicles, and it spread to.
You're a fucking wank, man. Honestly.
Right.
Leave that in, Grant. It's the only way he's going to learn.
No, I
it's
can't.
the only way he's going to learn.
Keep that in, Grant.
No,
Grant, keep
it's
that in.
a-
Because my brother's fine, right? It's fun. It's fine, and we can laugh about it now.
No, it's
Wait, no.
The fucking, I don't like that when people tell me things.
I know you don't, and it's like going to a funeral and you start giggling for no
I
reason.
hate it, mate. See,
I get me. I'm the same. I'm the same when it comes to stuff like this.
Do not tell me things like that.
Right.
I can't deal with it, mate.
It was because
so
he
I
went-
apologise to M that has gone through that. I do not mean that, and I wish
No,
you and stuff.
See if he hadn't have said testicles, it would have been fine.
What do you want me to say? Bollocks?
No, just say cancer, mate. You don't need to go
No,
out
it doesn't.
elaborate.
Is it testicles that
Mate,
makes you laugh?
it's
He's
not-
a wee boy.
No, it's not that. It's anything that tells anybody tells me anything. I mean, I've had Stephanie telling me about her father. Look, when her father was nowhere, when I'm like, Steph, I'm going to start laughing.
It's just a nervous reaction.
Do you know what it is? That's your coping mechanism. That's what it is.
I hate it though, I hate it though.
So if I was to say the word penis,
Aye.
does that make you laugh?
A wee bit. But like, I remember going to I remember I met somebody outside Ibrox and she used to work with her all year. I think I always saw her at the trains to Glasgow Central, and she's telling me about how she lost her man, and I'm going, how's everything been and all that? I lost my man there at Christmas, and I'm biting my lip, and I'm going, fuck, what am I doing, man? I can't get away from that. I lost my man at Christmas. I'm going, I can walk down the back of the couch and all that. Just fucking stupid.
Did you find him again? Did you find him at New Year?
Terrible.
But you know, if that's your coping mechanism, it's fine. And a lot of people, when they go through some harrowing stuff in their life, Laughter, they say, is the best medicine.
I
You do,
always
mate.
make inappropriate jokes.
Do you know what? That always helps as well. Like, see, when I remember when my cousin was dying of cancer as well, but you need to have jokes like that. Dark humour helps it.
100%,
And even in the
100%.
fire brigade, I remember in the fire brigade, that's what, and they do in the police as well. Like, if there's something wrong, there's always a wee kind of joke. Obviously, to a certain extent, you've got to watch, but you do.
I think, like you say there, especially with like fire brigade, see folk that are seeing some morbid shit. I think that's the only way that I would be able to cope with
Exactly,
stuff
man.
like that, man. That would be hellish, wouldn't it?
My son works in the prison service.
Does he?
And that's a lot of that, a lot of dark humour. Because
Wow, your
you're-
boys are old and doing things like that now. That's nuts.
That's wild.
I know
That's
when we
nuts.
first met, they were just like
Aye.
that size.
But your old is it the oldest that's into the old weights and all that?
Well, they're both.
They're both into that now.
Aye, they're both into
Drink
that.
the-
Good
Battery.
on them, man.
My other son's leaving to go to Plymouth because he's a film and video editor
You're
and everything.
joking, man.
Aye, he's making good money.
Do you think you could
Seriously.
beat them in a fight?
Oh fuck, no chance.
No chance.
They're both 6'4" and built like brick shit
That's
houses.
nuts, innit?
It's not happening. It's just not happening.
Bigger they are, the harder they fall you.
Is that the true saying? Is that?
Well, I don't know. I've yet to knock somebody down.
What? So where did we get to there? So obviously that happened in 2019. You're a wee bit and then
I'm still carrying that tumour.
I know you are.
I'm still carrying it.
He'd a turn, didn't he?
I take a wee turn.
He'd a wee turn there.
But so then obviously what happened? We were David Tanner. We done that for a couple of months, and then we got Boab, and then we got Stephen. Sorry,
Aye.
Boab and Toal.
I mean, I get on well with Tanner, right? But I have a few back and forth with him on Twitter when he talks so much shit.
I think he's brilliant on Talk Sport stuff like that. I think
I mean, he's not like a funny podcast kind of guy. And you know,
No, the podcast dived. I mean, it fell off a cliff when he took over.
But you can't take it away from him. He's been doing it for years. He's a brilliant.
No, I feel bad saying that.
He's a brilliant host.
You never
and
said
stuff
it.
like that for the football.
You never said that. I said it.
No, to be fair, it was me that said it, but. It was. I
really go on with him though.
I listened to Football Daft and then I didn't listen to it.
See.
And then I got a phone call and I was like, fucking aye, man.
I'll do it.
We need a token, Tim.
But
Who can we get?
That's-
Who's going to cost us the least?
Aye,
I know.
Because remember we had to, like, when we were getting paid, then it was
Mate.
like we needed to like take some of your wages and pay you to.
Aye, and it was not.
No.
It was not worth it at the
No,
time.
we were getting. Right, we done it for nothing when you think about it.
I know.
So
but-
Grado, when Stephen Purden came on board, was it one of those conversations you had where you said we have to get a Celtic fan?
Well, no, can I just say, first of all, me and Bob fell out, first of all, really, really badly.
And me.
He seemed, because we done Panto together. We're forgetting that. 2016, we done Panto together. That's
Well,
when
no,
we came-
Oh, was it because you asked you to do it at the beginning?
no.
Bob seems to think that we were sitting about going, let's start a podcast.
No.
I don't remember that.
No, I'll tell you the backstory. And me and Bob fell out as well. And we didn't speak for a while. And it was a bit frosty even when we started speaking again. And what had happened is that I was approached by Gary Lamont, who was one of my producers on the Real Radio Football phone-in.
He's a great guy.
And he messaged me to say, we've got an idea about launching a football podcast. Now, at that time, there wasn't really anything in Scotland in regards to Scottish football podcasts.
There was
and
Open
everything.
Goal, because I was very much aware.
That
we were
was
like,
it. That was it. The only one really was Open Goal, and I was like, "Yeah, would love to do it. Absolutely love to do it." And he goes, "Who would you like to work with?" And I just instantly thought of Grado. I just thought of Grado. I'd known Grado for a number of years. I'd worked in the Pint with him, etc., etc. And yeah, I'd worked with Stephen as well. But this was going to be a double header. It wasn't going to be 2, 3, 4 people around the table. It was a double header.
Aye.
And I think that Stephen had got into his head that we'd gone behind his back, and that wasn't the case at all. It was nothing like that at all.
It's not like their tour that they've done.
No,
No, very much not like that. No, that was but a pair of bad bastards.
Pair of dicks.
No, I remember seeing because we put up a photo saying we were out for a night out.
That's right.
And then we just got a barrage of abuse off him calling us a snake and all that. It's great.
Oh, we were out for dinner.
Aye, that's right.
We were out with dinner with the guy who was running the podcast. And he did not appreciate that picture at all. He did. I kind of like the optics.
I get it, man.
But the optics of it didn't look great.
But also, it all worked out.
What you need to remember as
worked
well
out.
is like you don't need to do everything with each other.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like
Well,
Stephen
mate,
and I do the other podcast, and
Exactly.
you're no bothered.
No, see that thing that we did there in the summer, right?
Aye.
So Breakneck contacted us and went, I remember it was at Panto. You wanted to, it was meant to be a River City thing. Boab was meant to go with River City folk, and then whatever happened and it never worked out, so he said, well, ask Grado to date and he can talk about two doors down. I was very much aware, and I went, what about we Toal or not? And he says, no, this time we can't afford a third mic. So what we meant to date at that point.
No, I wouldn't.
And it was very much, and see the crowd, it was River City folk, asking about River City and how Bob's first time in this getting in the Clyde and stuff like that, 2 doors down when it's coming back. But we've got a show in Blackpool,
mate,
coming up.
We have got a show in Blackpool,
and mate, there's nothing better being live on the stage the 3 years, and also when we done
maybe the 3 years.
we might need you.
Have you ever been to Blackpool?
You fancy come to Blackpool?
I've been to Blackpool twice in my life.
You want to come back down in September?
Let's make it a threesome.
Why, what's happening in Blackpool?
We've got a live show, but
we've
there's
got a
all
live
sorts
show.
of shit going on.
Aye. But listen, we'll be on the stage together
100%,
on Blackpool.
me and you, brother.
You're very much welcome to come down and join us.
Like
Come
going
on.
to teacups.
We're going to donkeys. Come on, we'll find a donkey.
Of
We
course.
fancy a donkey.
I can't wait to film you with my drone on a donkey.
Tom, I'm putting you on a donkey.
No, I'm putting you on a drone.
What's the big
The big one, Pepsi Max.
Aye.
Love it.
Oh, the Pepsi Max, that's right. It's got some drops
it's
of that.
the best,
So
mate.
good. Yeah.
How good is
Don't
it,
get
though?
any ideals, man.
I know this is a pint and 2 shots, and it's a football podcast, and I think we've spent the last 50 minutes
No, but I
talking
like
about.
this.
No. But I'm just. Are we ignoring the football because
No, we're absolutely
you're a
not ignoring
Celtic
the
fan,
football.
you're a Rangers fan? It's been a shite couple of nights. Is that why we're not talking football, or do you just want
At
to
least
continue?
we're still in the League Cup, you Fanny.
Are we just here to talk like shite and then leave
Right.
and go home?
So it says here Celtic shock exit from Champions League. Now I think it's fair. I was thinking about this on the way up and I'm like, right, who gets to talk first?
Well,
Should
we
it be?
played on Tuesday.
So,
we played
let's
on
do it.
Wednesday. Right, so...
Do it in order.
Let's do it in order.
Right, so... What can you say, man? Do you know something? I knew that we would have had to have got the job done at Parkhead. I said that. I said, hopefully we've got enough to get the job done at Parkhead. When I seen that it was nothing each, this was always on the cards. Honestly.
See, I'm raising up. I backed Almaty to win in 90 minutes. In fact, I'm not even telling the second bet because it's the day of Sunday. But I wish I'd put Almaty to go through. But watching that game, man, I'm like, what is going on?
I know.
There was absolutely, and I have to say when I was watching the penalties as well, I thought, Celtic are going through here. There's this Ida. What was it, 9.5 million? Surely to God, you pay that money, he's got to score a penalty.
See, if he never pulled a Celtic tap on again, I would not be upset.
Is that the way you feel?
I think he's
and then I missed the bit
fucking
where
garbage.
Maeda cuts it back, was it? And he hits it straight to the
No.
keeper.
This is Maeda. I love Maeda. I used to not like him because of the amount of chances he misses, right, or missed. But see, in a one-on-one situation, I genuinely think he's one of the worst that I've ever seen.
Worse than Dessers.
Mate, see if somebody could put together one of the YouTube videos of Ollie Maeda's one-on-ones.
Right.
I honestly cannot remember a time where he went through one-on-one with the goalie and actually scored.
So what's the bigger issue here? Right, you've got Celtic fans shouting "sack the board."
Right, it's
You've
right
got
across it.
Brendan. It's a turmoil. What happens the day that the Celtic board go? Oh, we'll get more Champions League money. We don't need to put more pennies in our pocket. It's fine. Across the city, they're struggling as well. What's the point?
All they care about is getting a chance at going into the Champions League because, let's be honest here, Rangers are shite,
Aye.
right? And the Celtic board are happy to be just ahead of Rangers. And it fucking sickens me. But the blame needs to go across the board here. Brendan Rodgers has not set out any sort of tactic to be able to break that team down, right? The players, there was no urgency amongst them whatsoever. None at all. Even when you're getting into the last 10 minutes, you think, right,
Step it up
have
a gear.
have a go. We don't have a focal point up front. Ida is not the answer. Definitely not. I would have went with Johnny Kenny before I would have went with Adam Ida, and that's the truth. Right, but then you've got another Maeda who's on the bench. He's not getting a look in really. He played against Livingston, goal chopped off, fair dues. I had money on him for first goal chopped off. Of course it got chopped off.
Of course it did.
Right, but it's the build-up play. They're no... See, since they've sold Kuhn, Jota's been injured. Who else did we sell? We sold somebody else.
Well, you said thing with the Scottish boy. Well, you never settled him, but he left. What'd you call him? The left back.
Greg Taylor.
Oh, Taylor,
Taylor,
aye. But, well, even then, Greg Taylor fit into the system that they play a wee bit better. But Tierney and Maeda don't seem to have a relationship yet.
They run into each other.
And you've got Yang who's on, and then you've got James Forrest, and now that we've lost Alistair Johnson as well, then you've got Ralston and Forrest. They need to create a relationship and stuff like that. He doesn't know who his best three are in the middle either. And to be honest with you, neither they are. But the one that I would have in there most of the time would be Hatate. But Callum McGregor this season so far has been off it. People go like that. Like, I had somebody come up to me at that wedding and go like that, I'm a Rangers supporter, but see, when it comes to Celtic, you're a miserable bastard. And I don't think I think I'm merely a realist. Do you know what I mean? There's people that will sit in the crowd and they'll clap whatever they're watching. Celtic can do no wrong, the board can do no wrong. The tide's turning now, man. You know what I mean? There's more people seeing it from my point of view. And I understand that maybe they don't like to hear negative about Celtic, but like I said, I'm a realist, and there's people that are paying money that they can't afford to pay to go to these games, and that board is treating them with so much fucking contempt. They just expect them to keep turning up. And I'm telling you this now, right? See, now that they're out of the Champions League, you watch this, that stadium will not be half full for the Europa League games.
Shite.
Toal, do you know how?
Can I be?
This is unreal how the similarities here. It's honestly such a bizarre situation for Sunday. Anyway, when you go.
No, I'm on the outside looking in, right? As a Hearts fan. Okay. And I think, don't get angry, upset with this, but you seem to forget how many trophies you've won in the last 12, 14 years. You have one bad game, right? Wait. No, but you still won the double last year.
No, but Ewan, look at the last three Rangers games. Celtic haven't turned up.
But you'd won the league. But you'd won the league by then. The league was done.
There's a pride thing involved here, regardless of whether you've won the league or not.
Toal,
you're playing against your fucking rivals. You need to go out and fucking show up, and they don't.
Toal,
and it's doing my fucking head in.
Right, Toal, calm down. How many trophies have you won?
What? I fucking lost count.
Right, exactly. That's my point.
Aye.
You lose one game, right?
What
you lose one game.
game?
We're talking about Almaty, right?
Forget that. Go back to the Scottish Cup final.
Right.
Go back to the Scottish Cup final.
Right,
they never laid a fucking glove on Aberdeen that day.
It's one game, it can happen.
It's a cup final. You need to go out and play your game. You need to be a fucking man. Go out and be a man and show up. And they're not. And you know something? The man on the sidelines and all the cunts on the fucking board are the exact same.
What do you want them to do?
It's complete utter apathy.
Okay, let me ask you this question, right? You're a Celtic fan, right?
Aye.
Right? You're pissed off, you're annoyed, the fans are upset, annoyed that you're not mixing it with the big guns in the Champions League, and I thought you did great last year. The draw worked in your favour, let's be honest about it.
But that draw there worked in our favour as well. We got the lowest
I know, but last year you did what you had to do, and you got into the playoff stages of the Champions League, and you get knocked out narrowly by Bayern Munich. And on the night, I thought you were superb in Germany, right? And I think you were unlucky to go out and not make the knockout round in itself, the last 16. What I'm going to say to you is this, is that you are in the Champions League to make out numbers. It doesn't matter how much money you spend or how much you invest in that team, ain't ever going to be good enough to get you to the last 16 proper or into a quarterfinal. It ain't ever going to happen. You're a Europa League team at best. So what were you expecting Celtic to do?
Do you know what I was expecting them to do? See all the players that were brilliant in the Champions League last season?
Yeah.
Like Kuhn,
yeah.
Kyogo,
well,
stuff
Kuhn,
like that.
I mean, he had a good 6 months.
Aye, but in the Champions League, he was
well.
brilliant.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, they're gone, and they've not been replaced.
Right.
And do you want to know what? Celtic have brought in so much money, right?
Aye, that's the big thing I can't understand.
They've spent less than £4 million, Ewan.
But also,
you forget you're playing in Scottish football.
Right, okay.
You're playing in the
you-
Scottish.
do you-
No, Grado, he needs to be fucking put in his place here.
Who the fuck do you think you're talking
No,
to?
because you see me forget where you play
Put
your
me in my
football.
place.
Yeah, no,
right,
you see
tell
me
me this,
forget.
right? No, wait a minute, right? See, for the last 3 seasons, right, Hearts have been shite, right? Is that all right because you're not at the level where you can compete with Celtic and Rangers?
So do you think
my question.
Do you think you've got a God-given right to fucking get in the Champions League and also compete at the latter stages?
But I think
that's not going to happen.
No, that's
You're
not what I'm
fucking
saying.
clown cuckoo land.
No, I'm not fucking saying that.
You
What
are.
I'm saying
You
is,
are.
no, I'm not. What I'm saying is, there's not the fucking effort. See, if they'd have went out on their shield, Ewan, that would have been fine, but they sat back and there was no urgency. They never bothered their arse. It was the same in the Scottish Cup final as
but
well.
that's a privilege. You know, think back to the Rangers 9 in a row. There was years where Rangers never won the Scottish Cup.
Aye.
But they won other cups, and wasn't he? sharks out the way it can be with Celtic fans.
Because,
But listen, Grado,
no.
see that team they played the other night? They're rotten.
Right,
I get it.
They'll not win a game.
Aye,
They'll
I
not.
get it.
They're not any fucking higher standard than Hearts. And see if Celtic went out of the fucking League Cup to Hearts, I'd be just as raging as I am about them going out to the European trophies.
Wait, hold on a wee second. This can happen. Look at last night. Grimsby of League Two knocked out Manchester United. These things happen, Toal.
Are the Man United fans taking it in the face?
You're taking one game.
It's not one
out
game.
of context because
it was 210 minutes. They couldn't score a goal against a bunch of fucking plumbers.
Right, so they've had a bad night. They've had a bad 2 nights, right? But ultimately, Celtic over the last 12 years have been outstanding.
That's good.
Right,
That's
they've been
in the past.
superb.
Don't look
They've
back.
won treble after treble
Don't
after
look back.
treble after treble, and because you didn't win the Scottish Cup last year,
That's what I'm talking about. It's privilege. It's as if.
It's not
but it's a
privilege.
bit, but can you see why we think that though, Toal? Can you understand why we're coming for here? Because you have won everything, and there's a couple of dodges.
Listen,
a wee patch where he's only playing as well as what you should.
It's not about winning, right? That's my point. It's about the fact that there's no effort there. The fucking board.
Right, why is that? That's got to do with the board. That's got fuck all to do with the board.
Listen to what I'm going to say. Shut the fuck up for a minute.
Right, Toal.
Right.
This has got nothing to do with the board, right?
This is brilliant.
Right, the players going to the pitch has got nothing to do with the board, right? So if they're not putting the effort in,
they don't put the money up to put the players in the pitch.
Hold on a minute. But those players,
they don't pay for the players that are on the pitch.
So those players
answer my question.
Right, Toal. Those players,
the board pay for the players who are on the pitch
that Brendan Rodgers has chosen to put on the pitch.
They're not giving him the money to fucking put the players in the pitch.
He spent
money last year.
He spent $3 million this season. He's lost his best player.
But he spent $9 million in either.
What?
He spent
I know. Right. I know. And look at that. He's fucking shite. Right? He's
Engels.
Shite. Engels. Don't get me started on Engels.
Right, okay. Toal. It doesn't matter what you say and what the board haven't done in this transfer window up till now, right? That Celtic team the other night there and last week at Parkhead are good enough and should be good enough to win over 2 legs of football against Almaty, right?
Yes.
You're talking about they didn't put in the effort, they didn't die on their shield or whatever, or get carried on the shield or whatever shite you were chatting there. My point is this: it doesn't matter what the board do or don't do. It's what Brendan Rodgers does with the players he has at his disposal. You're saying there was a lack of effort, a lack of belief, etc., etc. That's Brendan Rodgers. Now I feel as though Brendan Rodgers is escaping quite a lot of criticism because all the focus is on the board who hasn't spent money. But that board has spent £63+ million since Brendan Rodgers walked through the door. Most of his signings have been shite, let's be honest about it. Could it be a case that the Celtic board are not signing players because they don't trust Brendan Rodgers' judgment, and they also know that Brendan Rodgers is leaving Celtic as well, so they're not going to be spending big bucks on players when he won't be here this time next year?
I've spoken about this in the past few weeks. My thinking is that they're not spending the money because they don't want him there next season.
Right,
that's what he's trying to say.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't trust spending. I've said that.
Right, so why even a pop at the board when you yourself can see as a Celtic fan that his now even when he was first time here,
I'll tell you why I have a pop at the board. Why you have a pop at the board, right? Because see if you don't want him there, sack him. Right, this is not a throwaway season. You don't get throwaway seasons with Celtic. You do not get them. So if you've got
win the league.
If you've got
You're going to win the league.
Aye.
If you've got a manager,
right, I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to say it now. Fucking day after Rangers get pumped to 2 days after Celtic get pumped to the Champions League.
You're going to predict Celtic are going to win the league?
No, they're going to win the league. Celtic will win the league. I mean, even that team the other night, they'll still win the league because Rangers are so bad.
He's going to come out with some mad Europa League shit.
No, Celtic will go deep into the Europa League. I'm telling you that right now. You will go deep in that Europa League. When you look at the teams that are in that Europa League, you will get out of that easily. I wouldn't be surprised if you finish in the top 8. You're going to go into the latter stages and you're going to have a much better time of it in the Europa League than you have in the Champions League, because I think that's your level. Right. That's where you're going to thrive, that's where you're going to shine, and that's where you're going to compete. Because see, when shite like Rangers can get to a quarterfinals, what would that Celtic team have done last year in the Europa League?
Right, but
do you know what I'm getting at?
I understand what you're saying, right? And do you know something?
I think the board's an easy cop-out, but I think there's a lot more to it.
But what I think you need to remember is, see, the very first thing that I said, it wasn't... the first thing that I said was, it's not just the board. This blame goes across the full thing, Rodgers and the team as well. That was the first line that I said.
Yeah.
Right, so to get to your point about Europa League, we might, if the draw is kind to us again, because like that draw Rangers got last season, that was a stronger group of games than what Celtic got in the Champions League. Right, I think you would both agree with that.
Yeah.
Right, you said Leon, you said Man United.
With the Champions League group in the Europa League.
Now, the good thing is, Rangers will go into pot 1.
Yeah.
Celtic will go into pot 2.
Yeah.
Right? So Celtic will only need to face one pot 1 team,
Yeah.
one pot 2 team, which is good, whereas you would normally need to
Correct.
So it's looking like, I understand what you're saying, we might get a better run in Europe, but as I was saying to you before, I think Celtic or Rangers last season would have either bet Man United or Spurs in that final in a one-off game. Right?
I
Now,
agree with you.
do you think if Rangers or Celtic beat Spurs or Man United in a one-off game, in a European game, the Man United fans and the Spurs fans would be alright with it?
No, they wouldn't.
No.
Right, so that's my point.
Yeah, but you can't compare Man United and Spurs to Celtic and
trying.
No,
Rangers.
but what I'm saying, hold on. What I'm saying is, to Man United and Spurs, Celtic and Rangers are at the same level that
I get you. The way they look at Scottish football, the way they look at Scottish football,
the way we're looking at Kazakhstan football.
Yeah.
So that's my point. They wouldn't be happy. There's no reason why Celtic fans should be not happy, but should accept mediocrity.
But I'm going to ask you a question. Brendan Rodgers, would you get rid of him now? Do you not think his mind's on it? Do you not think he's...
What has gone on?
I've said before, see if he walked,
Would you not bother?
I wouldn't be upset with him, and I wouldn't be upset that he had left either.
Well, you'd understand.
I would understand why, right? If
But
the
can you also not understand why the board might not be giving him the money that he wants?
But the board are stuck between a rock and a hard place because, like you say, lots of domestic success, but the remit for a Celtic or a Rangers manager now should be further success as well, and that on Tuesday night is a major failure. A major failure.
By who? Who's ultimately to blame?
Ultimate to blame. You've got to go with the board. And listen to me. Listen to me.
I'm not going round houses again.
I know,
It's the same argument here.
It's not the board. It's got nothing to do with the board, that result the other night there.
Yeah,
I mean, they've got a part to play. They've got a part to play.
That's what I mean. They've got a part to play, right? But it's across them. It's across all three again, because the board are culpable for not providing Rodgers with what he wanted, right? And Rodgers is culpable for putting out a team that aren't capable of beating someone like that. But then the players have got to all look in the mirror as well, because there was not enough effort there. There was no game plan. They never executed what they should have went out and executed. And to be honest with you, I think it's right across the board. The blame lies there.
Toal, see the thing is, this isn't a new thing for Celtic.
I know, it happens every time,
Celtic
man.
struggle in the qualifiers. I don't know why.
The last 5 or something, I think it is.
It's 7 or 12.
See when we've not qualified directly into the group stages, I remember we lost to Arsenal, we lost to Basel, we lost to Michelin, Ferencváros.
Aye, that's right, yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's every time, what the board do is
So do you want to sit here right now, Toal, and thank Rangers for getting you that automatic place in the Champions League? Because without Rangers' fantastic performances in Europe's over a number of years, you would always be playing qualifiers, which means because you would never be in the Champions League.
Are you going to thank them for getting into the Conference League? Because if it wasn't for Rangers' fantastic performances in Europe, Hearts wouldn't have been in the Conference League.
Thank you for our £7 million.
Thanks
for £7 million.
You can run up my fucking arse. I'm no thank Wendy.
Right, listen, can I just say something here? That was absolute podcast gold. That was popcorn. That was probably one of the finest moments I've ever experienced in a pint and 2 shots. That was gallus.
The problem
that was great, mate. That was brilliant between the two. That was fucking...
But because I'm on the outside looking in, but what I would say to Toal is this. And unfortunately for Toal and a lot of Celtic fans, the blinkers are on.
Yes, of course.
The blinkers are on, and you're taking one game or two games out of context.
No, but I don't agree that it's just doing one game. You can obviously...
It's been since the cup final, every game since. It's the performance levels, it's shit.
And remember that the Scottish Cup was in May. This is still August.
Right. Well, I'll just put something else out there. Could it be it was so easy for Celtic last year when they won the league, and the league was done and dusted so early on in the campaign, is that their levels did drop and they did take that eye off the ball, and then that goes back to Brendan Rodgers.
Well, I suppose, but he's got to keep the morale up and get them going. So I would agree with that, but. Like I said, there needs to be a wee bit of pride there as well.
I agree totally.
Every man needs to stand up for themselves.
You'll know better than me. See Maeda. Has his head been turned? Is he moving? Is he leaving?
I don't know, but he hasn't seemed like the same player.
Is it disinterested? It can't be as much as disinterested with Maeda, isn't that?
I would like to think that he's the sort of person that's got a work ethic that, regardless of what was going on round about him, he would still knuckle down.
Something doesn't look right though, Toal. The last few games I've watched him, he doesn't look the same player.
I'm wondering if there's maybe been promises made that haven't been kept or something.
Yeah.
Now we'll slowly move on to Rangers, will we? Can we move on to Rangers? But before we do, I just think with this weekend coming up, it's such an interesting build-up because both sets of fans are going to be shouting "sack the board." It's like, isn't it? It's like they're going to be aligned together. Come on!
Half and half scarves. One of my mates texted me the other day and goes like, "This is either going to be the worst Old Firm game ever or the absolute best."
It's either going to be nothing each or 5 each. It's got the potential to be
anything.
Nuts.
And then we'll all be moaning because none of us won.
Aye. So anyway, last night the Rangers played against Brugge. What is it they were calling it last night? Brugge or something like that.
Right, can I see before we move on to this, right? Can I just ask you one thing, right? See, Gassama. Is it Gassama?
Gassam.
Well, what happened?
It's a silent A, mate.
How do you get a silent A at the end of it?
Well, I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Supposedly,
it's a silent A.
He said that's the way it's to be said.
Yeah.
Right,
fair dues.
It's Gassam. And he's the only decent player the Rangers have got just now.
I mean, last night was
I don't know, the goalie had some fucking game.
Well, if it wasn't for Jack Butland last night, it could have been 12 or 13-0. Honest to God, I think he had the most touches as a Rangers player last night.
Where about the save after the bar?
I mean, he was absolutely unreal last night.
It was two.
I mean, see when you turn around and say that your best player on the pitch was the goalie and it was still fucking 6-0.
I know.
What is going on? Can I tell you, we all saw this coming. We all saw it coming. There is no way that, put it this way, I sat there and when the first goal went in, I could fucking tell this is going to be a night. And then when Aaron's come on, I do not know what it is with Max Aaron's. I don't know whether his confidence was shot right away when he was put in the left side, but he is not.
He's not the player that I've seen.
He is struggling.
And you know what? You just let that guy go through. You do.
That's like something you would see at an under 14s game. That is the way I felt about
Aaron's waved the white flag. He
did. I felt as if he went, I don't want involved in this tonight. I can't take this. I'm out of here. And it just completely and utterly collapsed.
Did you sign him permanent or is he on loan?
He's on loan.
He's on loan.
He's on loan.
An option to buy, I think.
I think he'll be back wherever he came from in January.
I just don't know if there's any way to describe that first half. Watching that was laughable. It was laughable. It was like watching a comedy.
The first half was just a combination of everything that's happened this season.
Yes.
Bad defending, bad passing, no getting out, no marking your man, pressings were replaced, no attack, no defence,
space,
midfield, and then Butland digging.
Aye.
It was just and see the thing is that result could have came last week because Bruges took the foot off the gas. I don't care what they said.
They did the second half. They definitely took the foot off the gas.
They didn't last night.
See, do you think?
No, but I think even in the second half, I still think they could have been more. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank our sponsor, CBD Oil Scotland, cbdoilscotland.com. Honest to God, I have been absolutely lost at the weekend there when I forgot to take my balm down to forgot my balm going down to London with my CBD oil for my thigh because it flared up at the weekend. Have you ever used CBD before, mate?
I've not used CBD oil, but I've got friends and family who do.
It's brilliant. And I've just got my auntie as well on it as well. She takes the drop. She's got severe back pain. Waiting to hear the results on that.
I swear by it.
Aye, we swear by it.
My brother uses it because he's just went through cancer, etc., etc. He uses it.
See, when it comes into winter time, my ankles get sore. Right, like
cold. They get cold.
I think I've maybe got a wee touch of arthritis in them or something like that. But
so you get a wee bit of pain in there.
Aye, see the balm. Honestly,
really?
God, it's like I say it all the time. It's like a miracle cure, mate.
Well, just rub it in.
Yep.
And also as well, if you've got any animals that might suffer from depression, anxiety, they self-harm, get them on
What
CBD
about your big
oil.
dog? Your big dog will be depressed now that you're at home all the time.
My big Rottweiler Harley. Aye.
Love it. Shout out to Harley. And a wee shout out this morning. This podcast, we're going to dedicate this podcast this morning to Uncle Mick Thompson. That's for Barry at cbdoilscotland.com. So our thoughts are going out to the family of Uncle Mick. Uncle Mick, what a guy, man. And there's a new head office. It's based at the new Bits and Bongs shop.
Where?
It's located at the Bits and Bongs. The Bits and Bongs shop is located at the Grow shop. That is 8 Spearsbridge Terrace in Thornleybank. Now you can get from soil and lights, medical cannabis, and they can advise on approved store and full CBD advice. And for the competition this year, we're coming back. There is going to be a 10-leaf winter sun competition this year. We're going to do all inclusive. You can get 50% off online or 30% off in store. There's free delivery as always with CBDOilScotland.com. Plus, once you make a purchase, you are going to be put in that draw to win the all-inclusive. That's good this year, all-inclusive. Nay, your self-catering shite. We're going all-inclusive.
Are we talking breakfast, lunch, dinner?
That's it, the full whack, the bevy, everything's included.
And the bevy as well.
Holiday for 2, watered and fed. And don't forget, this podcast is dedicated to Uncle Mick.
G4 claims, if you've been in an accident that hasn't been your fault, get in touch with Nicole and the gang on 01698 767 172. You can also go online at notatfaultclaim.com.
Yep.
Thank God I got that right first time there. Or you can get them on WhatsApp if you go onto the website and just choose the WhatsApp option. If you've been in an accident that hasn't been your fault, they will take all the hassle out of it. They deal with it from step 1 to the last step, and they do not take any fee off you. So don't go to your own insurance company. Get yourself onto G4 Claims. G4 Claims,
not at fault claims. They're made easy.
See, if any sort of manager worth their salt is watching Rangers, see at set pieces, see this zone marking. It is not working for them at all, man. There's always somebody free in the box.
Nothing is working. This right. Let's be honest here.
Right, great.
This is not going to work out.
I'm going to ask you.
Right, I get to sit back and watch this now. You're a beauty.
I tweeted last night that Rangers have to sack Russell Martin within the next 24 hours.
They do.
To get the fans back on side.
They do.
They have to do something, right? So I'm asking you as a Rangers fan, do you want Russell Martin sacked?
I want Russell Martin sacked, and I also want the board to be held accountable as well.
So are you saying that it's right across the full team, Grado?
Right, let me speak. Right, I think that Patrick Roberts, is it Patrick Roberts you call him?
No,
Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart and Kevin Farewell, the two of them look like a pair of dodgy car salesmen. And I think they need to come out and they need to sack Russell Martin, and also think they need to apologise, because see, at the end of the day, nobody wanted Russell Martin. No Rangers fan, not one Rangers fan turned around and went, we were all thinking Gerrard, there was the stuff with Ancelotti. When Russell Martin was getting rumoured, it was, oh no, surely no. Now see, the board, right, at the time, why did they not read the room and go, oh, hold on a minute, this could have potential? Because see, at the end of the day, if you had somebody like Gerrard, right, Gerrard is, a name like him is always going to have a wee bit of credit in the bank if stuff goes wrong. This was a risk. Every manager is a risk, right? However, this is an extra risk because the fans are already gone, he needs to hit the ground running. So how did they not think that, well, what happens if they drop points, a couple of points in the first game? The fans are going to turn on them, and that's what they've done. That's what they've done. How could they have let that happen?
Why not?
What do you mean?
Well,
it was a
no, it wasn't.
He's just fucking, that's his devil's advocate. This
No. Hold on a wee minute.
Okay.
You've clearly, you're just seeing the name, Russell Martin. You've not looked at what he had achieved before he came to Rangers. In the first 10, 12 games as manager of Southampton, it was shite. And the Southampton fans were calling for his head. He needed to be sacked. And then they became world beaters. They were unbelievable. They were a right good watch, attacking, and we're battering teams left, right and centre, creating loads of chances, scoring loads of goals, and they got promotion to the Premier League. I mean, brilliant, outstanding. He then goes into the Premier League and he doesn't change his philosophy, and he gets battered left, right and centre.
And was it the worst record?
No, but what I'm saying is that he had shown what he did with Southampton in the Championship. Just before that, it was with Swansea. Swansea fans, again, thought the football was fantastic. It took a wee bit of time for his ideas and philosophy to bed in. Now, I think that he needs to be sacked, right? And the reason I think he needs to be sacked is that I think the players have chucked it.
Oh, that's what they are.
Right? I think the players have chucked it. They're not with him. They're not backing him.
What's a great example?
And that's the difference between Southampton.
When Ant-Man came off last night, did you notice it?
No, what did you notice?
When Ant-Man came off last night, because
there's a fucking example with Ant-Man, right? There's Ant-Man. Ant-Man played his first game. He hadn't even done a shite in his new toilet in his house, and he was playing for Rangers, right?
And he had a training session.
Right, and he came out, and he was, God, that's the first debut we've seen, and maybe apart from Zungu, right? You've went, wow, we've got a player here. As soon as he starts getting coached and trained, what have you saw about Ant-Man?
Nothing.
It's fucking rotten.
I know.
Rotten.
He's scared to do anything. He's scared to do anything.
What's happening, and I do think you're making a good point. I do think a lot has got to do with that post-match interview at Fir Park.
It was.
If they're going, when they threw the players under the bus, there's a few of them in there that are well, I get this cunt. Who's this?
Aye, totally.
Do you know how
they've chucked it? They're not having him at all.
It's very telling that Tavernier, Dessels, Raskin, and who was the other? Diamandi never started that game last night. They're either
Raskin, a Belgian international, playing a game in Belgium. You think he's got a point to prove to play here tonight? There's something no right between Raskin
he's
and
the best player.
He is the best player, and he's also hinting as well, just his post-match interviews as well, Arissa, about the harmony. And he's going on as if we're the only club that's gone through a transfer window that ends on Monday. Every team's gone through a transfer window. Not the only team to have fucking players that make one, believe it or not.
He's made about 12 signings.
Right, and I just and Ali makes a great point as well. And I said this in the summer. I said it in the summer when we were signing these championship players. I went, it didn't work for us 10 years ago when we had Warburton and we were signing all the shite for the championship. That Philwell's come in and he's been at Everton. He's went, Ken, what? We'll just sign all the fucking the championship players all day. The championship players all day.
I bet Martin knows these players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's managed in the championship. He's watched them week in, week out.
Correct.
It's a different kettle of fish when you play for the either side of the Old Firm. See, Rothwell, my father said he was outstanding last year.
He was great for Leeds.
He was outstanding. He's blown out his farter. He doesn't. You see his post-match interview for the weekend. He's like a wee boy talking like that. He's shiting himself. They're all shiting themselves.
Do you know? I think he's maybe overcoached them. Do you know? I think see these new generation of managers. I think they make football too complicated. Did you
make it boring?
Did you see the Man United manager last night with that wee football board thing?
The magnetic board.
What the fuck? Get iPads to fuck.
Did you watch that last night?
I did watch it last night.
Penalties and he didn't watch the penalty shot.
Right, iPads should be. Remember the snoods get banned. iPads should get to fucking off.
Well, we've been on the iPad crew for we've been in the iPad crew for a long time.
Fucking in ChatGPT. What can we do?
Do you know what really annoys me? Because this is one of my I had a beef with Stephen Naismith, right? Because every time Hearts conceded a goal, the first thing he did, he'd go and sit down with his two pals and look at the iPad. And they'd sit there for 5 minutes, look at an iPad. You could see them doing that, blowing things up and down. That's for after the game. It's not going to change anything new. The goal's been scored.
I think
what are you doing on an iPad?
That's I think because they know that the cameras are looking at them and they think, right, I need to be seen to be doing something, but I don't have a clue what's going on here, so they're just scrolling and going. But come on,
listen,
man.
So I think that I can understand. I can understand to an extent why they went with Martin to begin with, because of what he'd done at Swansea and then ultimately what he did with Southampton. And I think because he was also good with young players, he gave young players an opportunity. He was a good football coach.
Good on the Gary Lineker podcast.
Good on the Gary Lineker podcast. Russell Martin. I do think that Russell Martin, I can understand why they gave him the gig, right? But it's backfired, and I think it's backfired because he has upset the players to a point now where it's now gone. There's no bringing it back. There's no bringing it back.
Like you and Stephen's relationship.
I was talking to an ex-Rangers player in a cafe in Glasgow on Tuesday.
Can we guess who it is?
Don't know, but it's some cunt that works in a cafe.
Can we guess who it is?
I don't want to.
Can we guess who it is? Right. Play the yes/no game.
Play the yes or no game. Okay, right.
Okay.
But I'll just tell you what you said first, because I was having a bit of debate with him.
No, see, before you see what you said, we'll guess who it is.
Okay.
Did he play with Walter Smith?
No.
Dick Advocat?
Don't think so.
Is he Scottish?
You don't think he's...
No, he's not Scottish. I don't think he played with Advocat. No.
Right.
I could be wrong.
And he's not Scottish?
Is he Australian?
He's not Scottish.
Is he Australian?
He's not Australian.
Right, so rule out Craig Moore.
Did he play with Kashinia?
No.
Warburton?
Who came after Advocat again?
McLeish?
Yeah, he played with McLeish.
Right,
He played with McLeish?
He's not Scottish.
Not
Spanish?
Not Spanish.
Lovenkrands.
Keep going.
Right, okay.
Right, go on.
Don't keep going. I don't want to say what he said now. Let's just say he agreed with me, and I don't want to, because it was a lot more. Okay, right, no.
You have to say it.
Well, one thing that I brought up was,
Grant's gonna have a phone call later.
I think he'll be all right.
I'll be fine. Go on.
One thing that we debated about, and I know it sounds completely ridiculous, but when you look at it now in hindsight, and if he was winning, we wouldn't bat an eyelid. But the whole deal with the no wearing the suit, the tie, for me that just feels like it's right. So you don't think Steven Gerrard sweats in the touchline, right? Gerrard, I would imagine if it was his preference, he would want to wear the shorts and t-shirts. Why does he think that he's out of all these managers? Now, can you see why can you understand a wee bit when you go, it's all right for everybody else, but you need to make the first guy. Think how big.
See if Rangers were winning 4-0 every week, this would not.
I am
be
not
a fucking
Toal.
comment.
I am not. I disagreeing with you in that. But what I'm saying is, we're shite, we're hopeless, and he's wearing his fucking Zara fucking outfit in the touchline, right?
Oh man,
I know it's pathetic, but
Is it an issue for you?
It's an issue for you because it's just the thought of him. By the way, I was going to say about the vegan and stuff like that. The vegan in him annoys me, right? And it's funny. I read somebody called him Terry Vegetables last night. Terry Vegetables, right? He's fucking Terry Vegetables. Right? No, Terry Vegetables has literally been with the Rangers high heads and went, I'm just telling you now, I'm not wearing the club shirt and tie. And they've went, okay. You better tell John Gregg about this. What does John Gregg think about it? And I know it sounds completely daft, but in hindsight now, and you're looking at it, and it's like, I'm raging at it.
You're raging because it's a Rangers tradition.
It's a tradition, man. It's like you
Listen,
walk in.
Rangers have stopped a lot of traditions. Right. So let's, I don't think you can really. No, I'm not having that.
Out of everything that's wrong at Rangers.
Right, but hold on. But if
Brendan Rodgers always wears a suit, and the first few games of the season he never wore a suit.
But that's fine because it's pre-season.
I did not give a fuck.
Right, okay. Right. But that's not the tradition. You know, it's always a joke and all that about the brown brogues and stuff like that, right?
Rodgers get put up for an auto.
I know. What I'm saying is it doesn't bother me personally.
It doesn't. I'm not saying it bothers me. I'm just saying.
You said he agreed with you.
See when I play Football Manager.
Aye.
I'm a tracksuit manager.
Right.
I'm not a suit and tie manager.
Oh.
I'm a tracksuit manager. And see, I think.
But he's not even a tracksuit manager.
But one of the most iconic looks for me when I was working in football full time in the noughties. Martin O'Neill.
100%.
Martin O'Neill.
Polo shirt jumper.
With a sort of rugby top hang.
Very Cloughy.
Yeah. He would have got that for that.
See, for me, that's a football manager.
Yeah.
He's got the boots on as well.
And see what you say there, he would have got it off Clough. Then when Paul Lambert became a manager.
That's right.
Paul Lambert.
You're right.
The exact same outfit and all that. Even wore specs, remember?
Can I come in with a bit of breaking news?
Oh no.
Rangers have agreed a fee with Girona for Majowski.
Right.
2.6 million, rising to 4.2.
All right.
Add-ons.
2.6 million for Majowski.
No, here, hold on a minute.
Also, as well, Swansea want Ida.
I know, I seen that.
I saw that earlier.
No,
hold on. If I could drive, he wouldn't need transport.
Is that right? Can I ask you something as a journalistic thing, right? Is that the rumblings are coming for that? Is that being put out there to sort of deflect on last night, kinda?
No, it's always been worked on.
No, I know it has, but it's just funny that the morning after, we never ever really hear.
No, I got a phone call on Monday saying that the stumbling block was, there was the initial chat that Rangers were having with Girona was a loan deal with an option to buy, and they couldn't agree the option to buy fee.
Right.
And that was a stumbling block, but they're clearly, I think, speeded this up because Iggyman's gone. Right. So you need a striker, and it looks as though Dessers might be gone by the end of the transfer window.
I don't know, man, because he's carrying a niggle now as well, isn't it? We're lucky to be selling him.
I don't know if he is or not.
Aye, it could be one of them. See, this is what I'm saying.
They don't want to risk him getting injured so that he still gets to leave.
I think it's probably down more to Dessers, because I remember listening to Russell Martin's interview, and he said that Iggyman's kind of done it on the fly, but Dessers has been upfront about it.
Upfront, professional.
What he wants, he said what he wants.
I don't think Dessers would phone it in.
No, Dessers is
not that player.
But I mean, the thing with Iggyman, no matter what he's done with Russell Martin, for him not to come on at the weekend for a guy who we pulled for obscurity, literally, it's his first year in professional football, and he's refusing to go in the park.
Well, you're getting 10 million for him, though.
Oh, 100%.
You're getting 10 million, but he's got an agent that's in his ear.
And not only are you getting 10 million for him, but you're getting a better striker, in my opinion. I think Miovski.
I'd have Miovski over Igaman every day.
100%.
Is that being confirmed?
It was Rahman that said that.
Do you know that kind of reminds me?
That's
remember
a good
when
striker.
you
That's a really
Jelic.
By the way, that's a really good signing.
100%.
That's a brilliant signing for you. Unfortunately, you've got a manager who's shite.
Exactly. I can't get pumped up for this.
Do you know what, Grado? See what you're saying there? My immediate thought was, he's not going to get any service.
No. Could be, fuck it, I could be playing up front for Rangers, and you wouldn't notice. You would not notice.
Back to back, side to side.
Listen, you're watching. All you do when you watch Rangers is you watch John Suter. It's a John Suter show.
Oh, aye.
Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
Can I ask another question about the Miovski stuff that's just broken? Could he be registered in time for the Old Firm game?
I think
you can, as long as he's signed before the game, you can register him at any point in the transfer window.
So is that deal more or less done then?
Wow. Sure, remember, did Celtic not sign somebody last year and he'd started the Old Firm game?
Ant-Man was the same, wasn't he? Ant-Man was like signed the night before.
That's what I'm saying. Remember what I'm saying? But honestly,
by the way, that could be a massive difference for Rangers having Miovski.
Hold on, but look at this. He's making his day.
Making us, not making me do anything.
No, but you know what I mean?
He's got a point. It's deflecting from his hand.
It's a deflection, man.
But it was always on the cards. Miovski was always going to be here.
No, but it's been stood up a gear. This he's been put to make us stand down for taking our bed sheets up to the gates at Ibrox so we can get Martin Good. You know, it's not.
I do even think signing Harry Kane would do that, mate. The Rangers fans are stupid.
Right, so what's your verdict?
Okay then.
The shirties up with Ramsey and all.
Right, so this is what I would say, right? I was shocked and surprised that Rangers even got to the playoff round in the Champions League.
Really?
Right? I was shocked.
Well, when you look at the stats, right, they made a good point last night. Against Panathinaikos could have been out of sight before Rangers scored.
That's my point. So they're lucky to be where they were.
But Rangers have created this. We've been good in Europe. Neymar, what you say? I know you're saying you said about 20 minutes ago about a shite Rangers team getting far in Europe, but we did have a bit of presence in Europe, and I did generally think if we did have a decent manager there last night, we would have beat Bruges 100%.
I disagree.
I don't. They were there for the take. No,
away you go. Mate, they were the length of Sucky Hall Street ahead of Rangers.
No, I know they were.
Right, but
I know they were. But I'm trying. You try to tell me Steven Gerrard's team would not have beat them last night. No, Gerrard's team would have beat them last night.
They done damage in the Champions League last season.
Oh, I know that.
Celtic drew with them last season, right? And
Bruges were better.
Celtic got pelters. I can't believe you have only drew with them.
We would have beat them at Ibrox. We would have beat them at Ibrox.
See, last season Rangers beat the champions of Belgium.
Aye. So we did Union. Union USC.
They won the league. But
well, it's true.
What I would say is this, right?
But they're not really the champions.
What I would say is this: is that.
It's frustrating because we should be in the Champions League.
Right. No, I don't. Well, you don't want to be in the Champions League.
No, we don't. We get fucking shown up.
You'd have been embarrassed.
But we want to do.
You'd have been embarrassed.
Something that's been lingering at the back of my mind as well. This could put it. Look at us try to put a fucking spin on it here. I'm no. But I think if Celtic and Rangers were in the Champions League this season, we get fucking hammered. Right? I actually texted my mates during the Celtic game, and I went, the big problem here is one of these two teams is going to go into the Champions League.
And get bashed.
None of the two of them are at the level that they should be for it, if we're being honest.
Watch Kyrick get absolutely obliterated when they go away from home somewhere. They're going to get absolutely battered. So what I would say to you about Rangers, right, under the predicament they're in right now, you're saying if you'd had a different manager over the two legs of football against Bruges, you would have gone through. I don't believe that. I think Bruges are a better side than you. And it doesn't matter what manager you had in place. What I would say is you would not have lost 9-1.
No.
Right? It would have been a closer tie, but I think Bruges ultimately would have gone through.
Do you think that...
I think Clement's team would have beaten them.
Right, listen to me.
No, they wouldn't have beaten them.
Do you think if Barry Ferguson was a manager?
Yep, I think we would have beat them 100%.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
No, I'm not. I think he would have got them up for that game last night. I do 100%. No, I do. Barry Ferguson, a Gerrard.
Did you watch Bruges?
Do you
No. Did you watch?
Did you watch the game last night?
But listen, mate.
Did you see them last year?
But listen, I never. But listen, Ewan. Last night we were playing with wee boys. It's like Alan McCoy said. Our team was put together.
The Bruges team, the average age was lower than the Rangers team.
The boy in the wing.
McCoy's talking a lot of shit.
The boy in the wing, Forbes, was unreal, unplayable.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody as fast as that guy.
Unreal.
Lightning quick.
And the young lad who scored, I think it was the second goal, the volley at the back post, unbelievable finish. I think he was like 12.
That's a boy, Joaquin Size.
That's right.
Forbes was only 6 million.
For Man City as well,
No, he wasn't. It was with Ajax.
Did he go to Ajax for Man City?
I think
he started at Man City, Forbes, didn't he?
So
he was in loan to Wolves last season.
I personally believe that I think another manager, Rangers would have been. However, right, that's fine. But no, let me ask you this: what do the Yanks do? Right,
because you've got Martin.
I don't think the Yanks get
right.
The Yanks were there last night. I think, by the way, they were there last night, right?
So they want
their Champions League money.
Yeah.
Well, they're fucking no getting it.
No, right. They don't sack Russell Martin now, right? Mm-hmm. He's going to be there on Sunday. If you lose on Sunday, they're going to have to sack him.
It will be. It's poisonous, but mate. I can't. When was the last time, or if it's ever happened where a Rangers crowd have chanted for the manager to get sacked?
See, the thing
they were shouting last night, Martin, get to fuck.
Even if they win on Sunday, they'll go and fuck it the following week. So,
I'll tell you this, I've got absolutely no doubt in my mind that Rangers will beat Celtic.
See, this is mental, man.
Do you genuinely believe that?
Mate, see the amount of Celtic, every Celtic fan that I'm talking to, they believe that Rangers are going to beat them on Sunday. It's unreal. But there's no way Rangers are winning on Sunday. I'll tell you now, I wouldn't put it past if Celtic are up 3-0 by the 35th minute.
Do you know what? Actually, I'm saying there's no doubt in my mind. See, actually having watched Rangers last night, see if Celtic look at that and properly sit and study it and look at, like I said, see
not much to study.
I know, but see the fucking
space to leave.
The space to leave in the box and this. Do you know what? First of all, what you're wanting is somebody that can strike a ball at the edge of the box, so that if it does get cleared, do you know what I mean? But there's always somebody free in the box, Grado.
But listen, this is what I'm trying to say. This team, that's no going to work with Rangers. That's not a Rangers team. That's not an identity of Rangers. It's not going to work with Russell Martin. And I tell you now, I know that this is fucking pie in the sky stuff now, right? But what did he get a pie halfway? 12 million for Southampton.
Aye.
There's got to be something there where he goes, name manager's done it.
I quite fancy the 7 million.
You know what I mean?
See, I think Sunday is a must win for Russell Martin.
I don't want him to be there for Sunday.
No, but he's going to be there.
I want him to be there.
No, but see if he's going to be sacked, it happened already. It'd have been done already.
Well,
right?
I don't know who it was that was talking about it yesterday. He says that he's already had that conversation with the board. And
that's what I kind of get over, right? So you try to tell me 10 minutes after the game, after you get pumped 6-0, the two of them have went, it's fine, we'll get there.
Aye.
But you know what?
Phil and Stewart apparently told him. He said it. Martin said it. Phil and Stewart had a conversation after the game before he went into the press conference, and they said that they were still with him, backing him, and they're supporting him.
Stewart's a shaky peg, man.
So he's definitely getting the Old Firm game. That's definitely going to be happening. What I'm asking you is, will that be the end if he loses on Sunday? Because then you've got the international break.
It ended last night.
I know that, but it's not ending. It's not happening. He's staying.
Do you think that board can forfeit this Champions League money and then turn around and make a payoff to a manager?
Well,
it'd be about 3 or 4 million.
And it would be our best fucking signing. Well, it would be. If we were to sack him for 3 million, it would be our best signing.
It's not just him, it's also the backroom staff and everything that came with him. Exactly. And do you know what I think Rangers need? And you're going to laugh your head off. There's a pal of mine that said it to me last night. What Rangers needs right now is to get Russell Martin out the fucking door and bring in Sean Dyche for the season. Organise them.
Toughen them up.
Saying, I don't give a fuck if Rangers win 1-0 every single week and it's the worst football I've ever seen, but we need organisation. We need people playing for the jersey, playing for the badge, giving it their all. Sean Dyche would do that for you in a season.
Maybe that's the difference.
I think we need something like that.
It's like you're saying there, come in, win 1-0 every game, boring football. I couldn't sit and watch it. Even regardless. It's no entertaining. I think football's
but see, it's easy for you to say it because you win everything.
Aye, listen, there's only so much that you can watch of these boys.
Don't get me wrong, see if we won every Champions League game 1-0 and won the Champions League, I'd be fucking delighted.
See me as a Hearts supporter.
But I can't believe we've even got to Hearts. How long have we been gone here for?
Derek McInnes, for example, I wouldn't give a shit if we won every game with a header at the back post because of a corner.
I think we've done 60 minutes.
Have we done an hour already?
Aye, we need before we go into the bonus, I think we do need to talk a wee bit about Hearts. Because folk want to know
there's other teams playing in Europe tonight.
I know. By the way, we've got to say the night is
Okay,
Hib,
Aberdeen
and we've got
Hibs.
a chance because me and Grant were looking at the fixtures. 2-1 with Hibs and
Aberdeen
2-2.
2 each with Aberdeen.
Wide open.
2-1. Is it Levia?
Yeah.
Right.
Leisure.
Warsaw.
Listen, both teams have got a wee chance tonight, and I wish them.
Regardless of Aberdeen drop into the conference anyway.
Correct.
So
They're guaranteed their 6 million.
it would be amazing to see both of them. It would be amazing to see both of them. And do you want to know why? And it's not just, I know there's a lot of talk about coefficient and stuff like that gets done. See if I win in the Conference League, country gets the same coefficient points as if you win a game in the Champions League.
Correct.
Wow.
So you do. So if
really?
Aberdeen and Hibs could
Good on
maybe
them.
rack up a couple of wins against, like,
I
you've
agree.
you've seen the level of the.
Yeah.
You know, it could do wonders for Scotland.
I'm only going to say a couple of wee things about Hearts before we move on to anything else. Is that Hearts will split the old firm this year, right?
I think so.
Aye, I think Rangers are an absolute mess just now, and it's going to take a while for them to sort the troubles and the problems that they've got there. The players they're trying to go out the door that are still there, his style of football, etc., etc. I'm surprised he's still in the job, Russell Martin. If he loses on Sunday, I would expect Rangers to then make a decision to get rid of him during the international break, and it depends on who they bring in to replace him. If he wins on Sunday, he ain't going anywhere. He's going nowhere. But I do think that Hearts have no European football, and I think Celtic are in a wee bit of a mess just now. I think Rangers are in a mess as well. If we can just week to week just go and give 110%, who knows? But I think we'll be a lot closer this year.
All you've got until January is league games.
Correct. And see, and because we're at the League Cup as well. And here's the thing about Hearts is that I have seen something in Hearts that has not been there for a number of years.
Really?
Fight, we were Dundee United.
3-0 down against Motherwell.
20 minutes to go. Do you know what I mean?
United last minute winner.
Correct.
But I remember in the summer, and I'm going, look at what Hearts are doing. Look at the business they're doing, bringing in 6 players. McInnes, which by the way,
Braga's a player.
And people laugh at me, but if they say if Rangers had hired McInnes, I would have had no problems with that in the summer. So good on Derek McInnes. And listen, see the way Rangers are going out, would struggle to get 4th, 5th. That's the way it's gone. It's that bad.
But it's that bad, I agree with you. And that's why Hearts fans have got a wee bit of hope that this could be the year.
Do you know what? I hope Hearts day.
Do you know...
I do hope.
I hope they do, because I know
a challenge.
I know how they're splitting them. It's not going Rangers, Hearts, Celtic, right? But as a Rangers fan, you don't want that to fucking happen. Come on.
What, Rangers? No,
I don't want Hearts to finish above Rangers.
No, absolutely not.
You literally just said I hope Hearts.
No, you want a challenge.
But a challenge as well. It's good to see.
I agree with you.
Can we all just say that it was fantastic at the start of the last campaign when Aberdeen went on that run? It was great for Scottish football.
100%.
But we always knew the bubble was going to burst.
And it did burst, unfortunately.
And it always does. Hearts did it a couple of years as well. It always happens.
See that time, all of a sudden, your football focus,
exactly,
your CNNs and all these channels were like going Aberdeen,
that's what I mean.
It's Scottish football.
It turned out that they could kick a jelly bean.
Aye, there you go.
But only for so long. But my point that I'm making about Hearts is, do you not think that they're leaking quite a lot of goals?
That's the problem.
But see the attacks.
Aye.
It's, do you know what it is? It's breathtaking. See that Claudio Braga.
And
what a find he's been.
I've obviously no saw anything this year of Hearts anyway, apart from a couple of highs. But what about Shankland now? Shankland now back, and is he? What's happening with him? Is he back in the role that he was playing in?
No, he's not back to the Shankland that we know, and I think that might come in time. But at the moment, Braga, as Toal has just said there, is easily Hearts' best attacker.
Also, you're not going to not play Braga because he's got the best song ever.
Oh, he's got such a good song.
I've heard that.
All you need is Claudio Braga.
All you need is. I can send that on WhatsApp, I think, don't I?
It's up there with Hibs away. I like it.
And see, before we move on to anything else, I just want to ask you a question.
Go.
I'd heard the podcast that you did when you were talking about David Murray when he did his interview rounds.
Yeah.
David Murray, and I heard you two talk about 9 in a row and the EBTs and everything like that. And I've always wanted to ask you this question.
Oh, this is good.
Right? So, obviously, I talked with Murray about the 9 in a row.
His stuff with Murray was brilliant.
And while I was listening to you, having spoken to David Murray about the 9 in a row and what he achieved at Rangers, etc., and then we all know ultimately what happened in 2012. My question to you is this: would you hand back the 9 in a row for 2012 not to happen?
Oh my God! Oh my God.
That's a great question.
That is.
It was after I'd listened to you two arguing about EBTs 9 in a row and all that stuff.
It doesn't matter because it's still the same Rangers, isn't it?
But so after listening, I thought, right, would Grado swap 9 in a row for 2012 not to happen?
I think it's got a lot to do with age and your memories are growing up, and even just you yourself, it's your family and stuff like that.
But you went through 2012 as well.
We did.
There's lots of variables there as well. If 9 in a row doesn't happen, that means Celtic are more successful, and maybe Fergus McCann doesn't come in and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, there's a lot of sliding doors.
There's a lot of sliding doors, but
like, see for me, and a lot of Hearts fans hate me for saying this, I would hand back the Scottish Cup win against Hibs not to go into administration, because that is a blot on our CV and our history.
But you brought it back yourself, though. The Hearts fans brought it back themselves.
True, but that was horrible.
In the cap, though.
But it was horrible, that Toal going through that. Horrible people losing their jobs, administration. There was a time when we thought the club was going to die, and it was just the worst ever. I would have taken Romanov out of it, and I would have rather not gone into administration and all that shit that we went through just for a Scottish Cup when it wasn't worth it.
But you don't know where.
No, but it's hard. But it's also.
So I'm asking you.
No, because it's a very difficult one as well, because
it's worse.
Obviously right. So I grew up in Rangers. We won everything, and the memories I'll never ever forget it. It's me and my dad never spoke hardly ever about anything, but going to Rangers games, that's how we had a connection, and that's memories that you'll just never forget. And then you see Waynes that grow up now, and it's funny, and it's like you get some of them will go, "Do Rangers ever win games?" Because the way the tide has turned with that.
I went to just a wee like talking about that there. I went to a engagement party on Friday night, and it turned out that it was a wedding night. But Gary Falls was there, right? And Gary was telling me that he took his boy to his first away game, which was last night, right? But he was telling me he was taking him, but he took him to the first leg.
What, to Braga?
No, to Bruges. Right, so he took him to the first leg, and obviously it's 3-0 after 15 minutes. His wee boy turned around to him and went, "Wow, do we need to go to Bruges?"
That's exactly that's what some of the wins are doing. Esme went to her first game a couple of weeks ago, and that was a question. It was, have Rangers ever won a game? That's what she was saying. Right, but and
answer
so,
the question.
Oh my God! Granco, hurry up! You fucking need help me here.
Would you swap 9 in a row for 2012 not to happen?
2012. I mean, there was no better feeling when 55 happened, and it was a whole look at where we've came from and how hard it's been.
Yeah, I would just keep the 9 in a row because you've loved it anyway.
Did you ask David Murray that question?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
Well, he
said he would rather leave his legacy of 9 in a row and watch Rangers die.
No, I think you did ask him that. No. I asked him in a roundabout way, because.
But you never asked him directly.
No, I never asked him directly. Well, obviously we
shite bag.
No, it wasn't shite.
Good with David Murray.
When we talked about what happened in 2012, he takes some responsibility for it.
Aye, but he doesn't think he's the only one.
I think he's got to take full responsibility for it.
Because
it's him that's got the club into the debt that means that he needs to sell it. It's him. It's down to him. It's his fault.
It's the tax. It's a big tax bill. That's what he says. It was meant to be. He was told 60, but really it was 39. And if it was 39, they would have managed it.
Toal, put yourself in a position of a Rangers fan. Do you give up the 9 in a row so 2012 doesn't happen?
What's
worse?
Well, I lived through it the same as you, Grado. It was like fucking. I never knew a time when Celtic won anything. So, to be honest with you,
that's a difficult one.
It's a difficult
good podcast
question.
talk, but
that's a difficult question. I would if the rules were reversed, then it happened to Celtic, and they went take away the European Cup. No, I wouldn't take away the European Cup.
You wouldn't take away the European Cup?
No,
but you won the bomb.
I know, but that's
but it's the equivalent. It's the equivalent.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Aye, no,
that's nuts. I don't know where you're going with that.
I'll tell you what then. Right, take away the four trebles, the quadruple.
Yeah, fast be a bit better because you lived through that, and that's.
Aye.
So you lived through that,
and then Fergus McCann doesn't buy Celtic and Celtic die, for example, right? Would I swap the success we've had since Fergus McCann?
There you go. That's better.
Aye, I would.
So you would rather have the success?
I would rather have Celtic than no have Celtic. Aye, 100%.
Yeah. You'd hand back the titles.
Aye, I would rather have Celtic than no have Celtic.
Correct. Because what happened in 2012?
I'm just thinking back to Gaza blowing me a kiss outside for Hill and all that. You know what I mean? I've got any memories of it.
Meldrum.
Theo Snelder's fucking wearing these trousers and the white silks.
Because I thought your debate was happening in that week, and it was the only question that came to my head. So I'm glad I'm here to ask you that question.
Did you buy the book? I've got the book.
I've got the book in the back of the car.
You know, I got absolutely hammered back in the day when he said he was away for Rangers and he hadn't been there for years. This was 2011, just before we signed Jelavic, and I turned up Murray Park like a loser waiting to get something signed, and David Murray came out and he was supposed to have not been there for a good couple of years, and I put it online that I'd met David Murray, and I go, you're lying, he's no there, and blah 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 blah. And he signed my wee.
That was the same as me. I used to go to the box every Saturday. Parkhead, my dad's mate had one of the hospitality boxes, and I would go.
We've not been in a while, haven't we? No.
We've not been for a while, no.
So I would go down, and I got to know Tommy Burns quite well, right? But
one of the best guys
ever. I would meet all the players and all that, and one of my mates was like, "You're telling shite." I was like, "No, I'm telling you, mate." I'd go in and I'd meet the players and everything. He's like, "Take a camera next time." I was like, "Right, no bother." So I forgot to take a camera, but I got the match day programme, and I got Big Pierre to sign the match day programme.
Man.
Right? And I took it in, I was like, now, if you've ever seen Big Pierre's signature, it's just like circles.
I know,
right?
mate,
right? You've got it tattooed on you. Right? So I took it and I was like, oh, look there, I got that signed for you for Big Pierre. That's no Big Pierre's. I was like, alright, no bother. So next time I got all the 40s and I left Big Pierre to last, and the fucking camera ran out.
There was a player that never won the Park, I'm sure. Hoydonk, man, did he know did that with Nottingham Forest, I'm sure? No, am I making up?
No, he kind of went into strike with Nottingham Forest, remember? He went on a strike with them because they done the same with Celtic, essentially. Guy was a big mercenary, but what a footballer.
Well, what about that, man? He's enjoying yourselves. Ewen, Toal, it's been a great wee discussion, but listen, we've got more. Sign up to the Patreon. We're going straight on there right now. We're going to have a wee blather. It's a Pint and Two Shots, the podcast, the football podcast. By the way, that was good.
Listen, see the extra stuff. We talk about everything. It's not just football.
So
if you want to hear,
because by the way,
if you want to hear Ewan's opinion on Britney Spears' online behaviour, sign up to the Patreon.
Because by the way, I just want to say as well, there's a lot of people that sign up to this and they want to hear other stuff apart from football. In fact, no, we did talk about other things at the start.
We did.
For about 3 years. Anyway, see the Patreon.